Coverage with KCAL News reporter Tom Waite live in Malibu, where people are once again bracing for potential mudslides.
Tom?
Yeah, good evening to you both. It is a really tough night out there for people just kind of anticipating what could happen next. Where I'm standing right outside of Duke's was flooded with a river of mud before. People are hoping that doesn't happen again. K-rails and tarps are in place along sections of PCH in Malibu's burn zone. City crews and homeowners trying their best to help avert another disaster.
My heart goes out to the victims of the fire because especially right now they're trying to pick up all the pieces and then the rain just keeps flooding everything into the water.
Brendan Bodnar works in Malibu. He says residents here are resilient, but it's been a non-stop battle.
All the Franklin fire too, all the burn area, it's causing, none of the roots are there anymore. It's causing all the mudslides to slide down.
This wild scene played out almost a month ago to the day during one of our last big storms. A firefighter was inside this SUV when it was swept off PCH and tossed into the ocean. Miraculously, the firefighter inside the car walked away uninjured. A short distance north on PCH, this mudslide flooded into Duke's restaurant, a major setback for this Malibu institution. Somehow it avoided fire damage, only to get slammed by a river of mud. Across Malibu, many neighborhoods are ghost towns this evening as we await this latest storm. No signs of life, perhaps an indication of how wary people are of Mother Nature's wrath. Yeah, it's very clear that nobody is messing around here. People are taking the warnings very seriously and don't want to be caught up in these neighborhoods with narrow roads if there is a mudslide. Back to Duke's here. Unfortunately, it remains closed and it's unclear when it will reopen. With PCH being closed and all the issues with mud and debris, it's just going to take some time. Reporting live in Malibu, I'm Tom Waite, KCAL News.
All right, Tom, thank you so much. We're also keeping a close eye on the Eaton burn scar tonight. KCAL News reporter Nicole Comstock continues our live team coverage now from Sierra Madre. Nicole?
Yeah, Susie, you know, we haven't even seen steady rain out here in Sierra Madre yet tonight, but even the lighter rain we had earlier today did send some sand down the hills and down the streets in front of some people's homes. The city says they're worried that debris basins above those homes could overflow with this storm because they haven't yet been entirely cleared out from the last big rain. Another soggy day in Sierra Madre, but this storm is expected to be strong enough for the city to issue mandatory evacuation orders for possible mud flow from the Eaton fire burn scar.
Because I still have PTSD from the fire, I'm following orders and I'm evacuating.
Sophia Vidal and her husband tried to save their Altadena home of 28 years. But it burned to the ground in the Eaton fire back in January. She's been staying at a friend's home in Sierra Madre Canyon since then. But 3 weeks ago, 5 feet of mud blocked the driveway.
This is my third evacuation in 2 months. So here I am with my car, my dog, my cat, and my chickens.
So for this storm, she's going to stay with her mom. But others along Woodland Drive, the most likely area to get hit with significant mud flow again, are staying put despite what happened during the Valentine's Day storm.
Up to 4 feet in areas of mud and water. I lost a lot of books and photographs and some costumes and family things.
This lower room at Glenn Brown's property took a beating. He says a stranded car made the situation worse, diverting the mud flow sideways and into 2 homes. But the city says the damage could be worse with this storm because the debris basins that were clear in the February storm are not clear now. Some are partially full.
It's an ongoing challenge.
Are you sure you want to stay here again tonight?
I'm not afraid to stay here. It didn't damage me. I was okay. I'm more comfortable staying here than leaving because of looting and.
Again, the city's urging people to leave those evacuated areas before this heavy rain starts because they cannot perform rescues when there is mud actively flowing down into a neighborhood. But again, there is an urban search and rescue crew keeping an eye on these neighborhoods throughout the evening. Reporting in Sierra Madre, Nicole Comstock, KCAL News.
Nicole, thank you. Now to reporter Lauren Pozen live in Ventura tonight.
Yeah, the area is on the edge of the storm as it moves east now. Lauren?
Yep, Juan and Susie, we are just waiting for this rain to arrive. We've had a little bit of little showers, nothing too significant, but we know this is just the start. It's also windy and it is cold. Behind me here at the pier, you can just kind of get a look at the evening here. The sky is filled with those clouds, and you feel it's coming. You know it's going to be here. I want to give you a look at what it was like on our drive up here from Studio City. Our photojournalist Michael Johnson took this time lapse of the sky. You can see it was just packed with the clouds there, and we were heading up the 101. We made a couple stops along the way. We wanted to go to the mountain fire burn scar area over in Camarillo, because the word tonight in talking with firefighters is potential, and of course our meteorologists too, that this storm has the potential to cause some serious damage, and these burn scar areas are some of the most vulnerable spots. It was also pretty breezy when we got there too, and again you could just feel that temperature as it continued to drop. It's really hard to believe, but that mountain fire was all the way back in November. And since then, we've had a couple of heavy storms. The ground is really saturated, and that, of course, increases the risk of debris flow. And so firefighters have been telling everybody, if you're concerned about your property, get those sandbags out. You know, they're at all the fire stations if you need them. And just as they're telling us to prepare, they're getting prepared too. Take a listen how.
We've upstaffed to include heavy equipment operators. We've staffed 4 hand crews to be available. We also have our helicopter teams on standby so that we can respond to any incident as it happens.
So I've been checking with the county, and they don't anticipate to have to issue any evacuation orders or warnings, but you know that could change as the storm makes its way here. So they want everybody to make sure that you're signed up for those VC alerts. And you have your phone next to you, so if something were to change overnight, because that's what makes this storm, you know, so scary in the sense that it's happening when most of us are going to be asleep, and then of course we have our morning commute. So have your phone charged, have it next to your bedside there, and have it ready in case any of those alerts do come through. Reporting live in Ventura, Lauren Pozen,